Thanks for the support as a channel member, FM creators. Oh, we are getting so close, boys and girls. I think if I can do maths right, which is always a little questionable, I think today's the day we secure promotion to League One. Hello, welcome to part 100 of Bourne in the USA. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we face Torch in League 2, and then we'll figure out who we're going to play next to make sure I show you us getting promoted. We're 12 points clear. Once we've played Torch, if we beat them, because they're the team down in 4th place, that would put us 15 points clear with 8 games to go. So we wouldn't be showing the Jacksonville game. We'd jump forward a few. But we'll certainly start with Torch because that's a big game. If they beat us, then we'll probably just show Jacksonville and then come back for the two more episodes closer towards the end of the season. But this is the big one, so we had to come back for this one, and we have to win it. And this is the team we're going to put out there to try and win it. We're going with Johnny Walker in goal, a back four of O'Rourke, Martin, De La Fuente and Vakalenko, Lindley and Padilla in midfield, Rodriguez and Garcia out wide, and then Robinson and Wright up front. Get into the game, do football, win football matches. It's all very simple. I hope the boys are paying attention because this is all we need to do. We just need to go and beat this team. Torch are another one of those sides who've always kind of been around and in the way when as we've been coming up through the leagues. It's been quite interesting in this database how so many teams have had as many promotions, if not more promotions than we've had. There must have been some teams that have absolutely tumbled down the leagues as well, which I imagine we'll start noticing sooner or later that there's, I mean, I don't think we've run into a former MLS team in the league yet, but there's every chance in League One next season we might. Listen to him talking as if he's in League One next year. Well, we have just gone 1-0 up, so fingers crossed we will end up in League One next year. It's a lovely little through ball from Robinson, and Wright is never going to miss a chance like that. It's his gazillionth goal of the season to put us ahead, and now he's going over to take a corner. I mean, such shades of Jackson Hernandez with Wright. He's left-footed. He's a striker who scores for fun, but he also takes the corners, so he gets his fair share of assists as well. I'm not sure how many assists he's got for the season. 34 goals in 34 games. It's 35 from 35 now, but 13 assists as well. It's not quite Jorge Hernandez. Did I say Jackson Hernandez before? It's not quite Jorge Hernandez numbers, but Jorge Hernandez was doing that in tier 7 and 8. Wright's doing it in, he's got another assist. Wright's doing it in tier 4. He's doing it as a professional footballer and not showing any signs of stopping doing it because he's got a goal and assist again today. I do feel very sorry for Kevin Johnson. I know there's a lot of you out there who'd probably happily play the two of them together, but you'll have seen in both of my saves this year. Certainly one of my big things in FM21 has been the drift towards 2 strikers. I've spent the last 3 or 4 football managers with 1 striker systems, but we have moved back towards the 2 striker systems this year because they seem to work a little better in FM21 than they have in previous versions of Football Manager. But what I'm finding, I don't know if you lot are finding it in your saves, if you play 2 out-and-out goal scorers together, that doesn't work as well as 1 out-and-out goal scorer and 1 guy in behind him, playing in that deep lying forward or complete forward or pressing forward role in a support instruction. Just having that player who, you're basically doing a 4-2-3-1 in this 4-2-4, but for whatever reason, the 4-2-3-1 doesn't work as well in the match engine. But if you do a 4-2-4, tell one of the strikers to drop deep behind the other one, basically making it a 4-2-3-1, that just seems to work in the match engine. But it does mean that you can't play 2 out-and-out goal scorers together. At least I can't in the system that I've managed to get working so successfully on FM21 now, that you're seeing in both saves at this point, variations of this 4-2-4. Obviously, this is a wing play system or a wing play based system, whereas the one we use with home is based on the gegenpress, but they're both starting with the same shape, this 4-2-4. It's what works in FM21, the 4-2-4. Robinson glitching a little bit there, but still finding the back of the net with the ball. And we're 3-0 up, and there is that beautiful 15-point gap that we were talking about between us and fourth place. Also, a nice little gap forming between us and Chicago Academy as well. 5 points clear at the top of the league. Obviously, the only priority really is getting promoted. But if you give us the choice of whether we get promoted in first or second, obviously we'll take being champions, because being champions is fun. But I wouldn't trade that, if there was a way to trade it, for the promotion. The promotion is all that matters. We need to be moving up these leagues, continuing to move up these leagues. It's been slow and steady progress to get up from tier 10 to where we are now. I don't think we've done back-to-back promotions at any point, so it's been a very different shape to what my traditional road to glories have been. But we are edging ever closer, moving into League One next season, which is almost certainly happening at this point. And we're going to be a League One team next year. And it's not going to be long now before we hit the Premier League, the league formerly known as the MLS, unless the Championship here is as hard as the Championship in England was to get out of, because it took us a long time across a couple of different saves this year to get out of the Championship. That's been a hard league to get through in England. I hope it's not going to be that difficult here in America. I could do without 5 years in the Championship if, based on how long it's taken us to get this far. It will be the never-ending save if that happens. Right, an hour on the clock, 3-0 up. We are starting to look in terms of making some substitutions, although I don't want to switch things up too soon and let Torch back into the game. We can't act as if they're not a decent side. I mean, they've clearly, you can see from the league that they've not been terrible this season. We're just a very, very good team, but we don't want to rock the boat too much and stop ourselves being a good team. Yet again, we don't have a central midfielder on the bench, which just, it's a mistake I make too often. We'll bring Feliz on. And you know what? I want to bring Johnson. No, don't bring Johnson on. That's exactly what I was talking about. Messing about too much when you don't need to. Why would you take Wright off in this situation? I've managed to stop myself. I'm proud of myself. I've managed to stop myself from over fiddling. It was a substitution that didn't need making. We're only 3-0 up against a good side. Let's not mess around. Right, Garcia crosses over to Aguilar, and he makes it for his 5th goal of the season. Now we can bring Johnson on. We'll bring Johnson on in a minute. In fact, we're going to bring him on now. I managed to hold off for like 90 seconds in game, but Johnson can now come on for Wright, gives Wright a little bit of a rest, gives Johnson a little bit of a run out. Johnson is still scoring goals when he gets the opportunity to come into the team. I mean, he was a 40-goal striker for us in this league last year. We know Johnson is probably the second best striker in League Two, but he just hasn't had the game time. So let's give him a bit more game time. Now seems like a good opportunity to. Johnny Walker making the save to protect, because obviously if we concede there, I blame Kevin Johnson, even though it's obviously not his fault, but he would have got the blame. Lindley with the free kick. I like the way the Torch defender put the ball down there as if to say, come on, hurry up and take the free kick. We're trying to get back into this game. You're 4-0 down, love. 15 minutes to go. It ain't happening for you. Goodness me. Robinson is tiring, but I'm not going to worry too much about that. We've got Takada, who can come back in for the next game if need be. Johnson taking a leaf out of Wright's book and taking a corner as well, trying to get himself some assists, but it's actually led to a Torch breakaway here. That's some very, very good defending from Lindley. I mean, what a glow up that boy has had. That's what kids say these days, isn't it? He comes in as an attacking midfielder, and by the end of the season, he's playing central midfield and making covering tackles like that. That, boys and girls, is player development. You're welcome. Right, De La Fuente heads it forward to Padilla. Padilla's been here a long time now, you know. He might be our longest serving current player. I'll have to look into it. We'll look at it in the season review in a few days' time when we get onto that. Martin playing it forward to Johnson. Johnson to Robinson, and there is not number 5 because it's been disallowed for offside. But 4 will do. 4-0, a 15-point gap. So what would that be? If we carry on winning 2 or 3 matches, I must play off camera before we come back to wrap things up. So that is exactly what I'm going to do, I think. Boys and girls, I think we're on the verge of getting promoted a game earlier than I thought we would. As you can see, we're absolutely smashing Atlanta in this game. Look at this goal from Wright to make it 6-0 on 66 minutes. But the 2 teams in 4th and 5th place are absolutely bottling it. As you can see, FC Dallas are losing to Detroit Torch 0-0 away against Cal United, which means as it stands, we're 20 points clear of Torch with 6 games to go after this. So this will be promotion. I thought I'd paused that. We're now through to the 83rd minute and I've not made any substitutions yet. Well, this is what happens. This is why I don't start midway through a video, midway through a match. It gets all confusing. Right, is the league situation still the same? Because if so, we are about to win the league. Cloudavanio, are we going to make it 7 here? Or have they got scared now the camera's on? Because we've absolutely smashed the 2 teams we've played off camera. The camera comes back on, we concede a goal. Absolutely absurd. How is this a thing? I don't want to see your silly goal. Yes, we'll still make the tactical changes. Both Torch and Dallas are currently losing now. They are in full-on bottle job mode, and I think this is going to be promotion secured. I haven't actually looked how far clear we are for winning the league, and we might just do that in this episode as well if it's a foregone conclusion at this point that it's happening. Right, with the corner, no, can't make it 7. The fans here at the New Nook are having a lovely time as well. The place is close to full. We got a 2,500. I was going to say capacity, but that's not capacity. An attendance of 2,500 for our last home game here. I think we're probably pretty close. And there is your confirmation. We have secured our promotion to League One. Let's have a look at the league table because we may as well just go and win the league as well today and get it all wrapped up in one episode rather than stretching this out further than it needs. I mean, look how far clear we are. We're going to play a couple more matches off camera and then you can see us lift the trophy because the trophy is absolutely going to be happening. Before I show you the budgets, there's something I do need to tell you about, and that is we've had another board takeover. If you have a look here, we had Liam Bauer, a local businessman, took over from Callum Coleman, who bought the club from Goran Pavlov 5 years ago now. But he came in and cleared all of our debts. So the £1 million overdraft, the £1 million loan we took out to cover the last overdraft. When I click finances, you're going to see the budgets for next year. So let's go budgets first, and then I'll show you what he's done. So budgets for next year. I thought that was the wage budget for a second. Even that is extraordinary. That's huge compared to what we've had before. That is a massive wage budget increase. We've got a transfer budget for the first time ever as well. But as you can see, we've got a balance of £250,000. And I guess he took that loan out to do it, maybe, because that loan has started there, which is when he took over. So he's consolidated our debt. He's come in, done a 10-year debt consolidation loan. But for the first time in a long time, we're not in any kind of financial trouble. And the fact that we've now got that increased transfer budget means we might now be able to bring in some of these loanees permanently. I don't know if Robinson's not one that... Can we get him on loan? No, because North Carolina want to give him a chance in the first team. That's a little bit unfortunate. But some of these other guys, Cloudavanio is out of contract. So we could now bring him in permanently, probably, which we weren't able to afford to do before. But he is our best midfielder. So let's see how much he wants to come in permanently. I mean, that seems entirely reasonable. I don't really want to give him a signing on fee or a promotion wage rise, but Cloudavanio should be joining us permanently now. Can we do the same with O'Rourke? I feel like I've already extended O'Rourke's loan. I have, so O'Rourke's here next year anyway. But yeah, I'm going to go through and see if there's any more of these I can bring in permanently. You can see I've got some Premier League youngsters in on trial currently as well. There's a couple of these that might be worth further inspection. But what I'm going to do now is play a couple more matches off camera and then try and time coming back again so that you can see us lift the league trophy. I imagine it's going to be somewhere around here-ish. Well, it looks like this is going to be it, boys and girls. This is our 43rd game of the season. So 3 games remaining after this one. We were 9 points clear going into it. We've just gone 2-0 up. So this should be the day that we win the league title. A little bit of controversy over whether or not this was onside or not. As you can see, clearly very onside. I think that guy there was probably actually playing them onsides. But Chicago are the only team who were able to catch us going into this game. They're actually winning their game as well. So it was a 10-point gap previously, not a 9-point gap. You know I'm not a details man. Wright scored his 50th goal of the season in this game. He actually had a game a couple of matches ago where he scored 5 goals and got an assist in a 6-2 win. The man has certainly enjoyed this push for the title, which has been lovely stuff. And he's signed a new 3-year contract with us off the back of that as well, trying to take advantage of some of that extra money that we've got. Claudio is joining us permanently. Robinson is in on loan again for next season, so we managed to get that one over the line as well. Phillies, we were going to sign permanently, but his parent club did a contract extension, so we've extended his loan for another year as well. Everybody who's here right now is under contract one way or the other to be here next year, whether it's a loan extension or joining us permanently, or those who were out of contract have had their contracts extended. It's a very good team, and not only have we got everyone who's currently here contracted to next year, we've done that with about £6,000 a week of wage budget to spare. So we are in a position to go out and bring in 5, 6, 7 real top level League One players as well. Or, you know, not stretch the wage budget too far. You know which one I'm more likely to do. Right, we're going to bring Phillies on. We're going to bring, we're not going to bring Garcia on actually. What we are going to do is bring Aguilar on. And then we'll bring... Why do I never have a midfielder on the bench? Martin can play in midfield. So we're going to push Martin forward. I've lost track of what I'm doing here. And then we're bringing on a defender for Claudio. And we're going to do that. We're 3-0 up. We should be fine. 3-0 up over Dallas, who are another good side. They're the team... They were one of the teams that were in with a chance of automatic promotion at the start of this very long video. This has taken me like 2 hours to record. This isn't what I intended to do today. Stretch this out. This was supposed to be done over 2 episodes and not quite so confused as it's ended up being. But we've got here in the end. We are about to get the championship winning animation. Hopefully, I assume we get presented with the title away from home. It's been a long time since we've won the league. I don't remember. When was the last time we won the league away from home? We are going to get the trophy today, aren't we? I mean, that says a lot about our, bless them, our League Two competitors. But any moment now, we will have our final kick in a video in League Two. Obviously, I've still got 3 more games to play after this before the end of the season, but we'll do those off camera before doing the transfer special tomorrow. We'll be doing a lot of rotation as well. We started McJanet in the last game. There's a few other players who are close to being given the boot, especially if we bring in upgrades in key positions over the course of the summer. McJanet is probably one of those who's on the fence about whether or not he's going to stay or not. But he scored 2 goals, so it seems it doesn't. I almost skipped over. Oh, I'm glad I pressed the space bar. I thought I was going to skip over the animation. I haven't. We are being presented with the league trophy. I mean, the graphic doesn't quite work, but I mean, we can cope with that. There I am, pink jacket and all, and there we are. We're lifting the trophy as champions of League Two. The graphics so upset it's gone away now because I mocked it. It's left us. And we are going to get a Johnny Walker cartwheel coming up now. You know you love a goalkeeper cartwheel. You're about to get another one. Come on, Johnny. Come on, Johnny. Oh, there it is. Born of the champions once again, boys and girls. Congratulations, everybody. League One. Here we come. Tier 3. The progress continues. The finances for now are fixed. We've got money to bring in players in the summer. It feels like it's all uphill from here. This is... Oh, I'm getting excited. Have we got any more good news coming in? No more good news. I have brought further glory. 450-1 our pre-season odds. And we've only gone and won the league. Lovely, lovely stuff. Who have we got to face in League One next year? Is it a bunch more academy sides? No, not so much. There's some more. I guess these are a lot of the teams who are maybe a step below MLS level in real life. I don't know if any of these former MLS clubs. I don't think they are. But it is interesting that a lot of the academy sides that we've faced over the last 10 seasons, we're now at the same level as their parent clubs. We're in the same league as Charlotte Independence, for example. I don't think they're the Charlotte. The LA Galaxy B team. We're getting close. We are getting close, boys and girls. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.